Emergency power outages have now been introduced in Ukraine's port of Odessa after a Russian air attack damaged one of the high-voltage facilities over there. The city was attacked by several drones that had been launched by Russia. 4 of the weapons were shot down over Odessa and the Mykolaiv region. Debris from a falling drone sparked a fire at the power facility, which was then put out as per the information that has now come in. My colleague Akshat Gupta with us on the broadcast. Akshat, if you can take our viewers through the latest details of the Russia-Ukraine war.
Well, yes, emergency power outages were introduced in Ukraine's port of Odessa after Russian air attack damaged one of the high voltage facilities there. And of course, what we have learned is that the situation remains difficult. That's what DTEK has also said on the Telegram messaging app. And in order to reduce the load on the network, electric transport will not operate in the city today, and industrial consumption is also limited. Well, if I just also tell you that the administration of Odessa said on the Telegram that the city and region were attacked by several waves of drones launched by Russia. And also debris was falling, from a drone which sparked the fire at the power facility. So, of course, Ukrainian military says that air defenses destroyed 8 out of 9 drones launched by the Russia overnight.
Okay. Akshat, thank you for joining us on the broadcast. I believe Mr. Sanjeev Srivastav is also with us. Mr. Srivastav, where do you now see the war between Russia and Ukraine heading?
Well, Devika, this war is very much going on, and it appears that it will continue in times ahead too, because there is no sign of any kind of dialogue and negotiation for peace taking place in future also. And at this point of time, when such a big attack has happened on Russia, instead of realizing the nature of threat which has emanated from the Islamic State Khorasan, Russia is yet again pointing fingers at Ukraine, and they I think they should be very, very careful while drawing up any conclusions with regard to this attack in Moscow. But the kind of scenarios which are still prevailing between Russia and Ukraine at this point of time, it appears that this mistrust is still very deep. And unless until both the nations come to some kind of a compromise and they come together on the negotiating table to have some discussion for ceasefire and or for peace in the later phases, unless until that kind of a wisdom prevails, there is not going to be any respite to the people of Ukraine, and this war will continue happening, and people are continuously getting killed. Even Russian soldiers have died in large numbers. But despite so much of losses which has happened for both the sides, this war is still going on. And let me say, Devika, here that why this war is going on and on for more than 2 years, because this war is being fought indirectly between the major powers. This war is not exactly between Russia and Ukraine, but this war is being fought indirectly between the United States of America and NATO on one side, and on the other side Russia. And they are using the Ukrainian territory as battleground, and the Ukrainian leaders, let me say bluntly, like puppets. And that's the reality of this entire war. This war is being fought to dominate over each other. They are just fighting to dominate the European theater, and for that to do, both the sides are fighting. So this is the reality of this war, and unless until these major powers they realize that nobody is going to be winner or loser in this war ultimately, and the ultimate sufferer of this entire crisis will be the people and soldiers of both the nations. Unless until that kind of realization comes to the leaders of both the nations and the major powers, even Russia, United States of America and NATO, I think they're not going to come to the negotiating table. And this war will continue happening like this, and this kind of atmosphere of mistrust and hate will continue prevailing. So at this point of time, despite this harsh reality, there is no sign that such a wisdom will prevail in times ahead too.
For more such videos, subscribe to the NewsX YouTube channel, hit the bell icon.